Hello and welcome to another episode of the Uncut Takes podcast.
The Uncut Cock. Welcome back to the Uncut Cock.
The
Wonderful.
Uncut Takes podcast.
Absolutely wonderful.
This is episode 9.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Episode 9. Today is it's been a long day. Us three just took a nice long trip to Maryland and went to a cigar shop, and it was a 3-hour drive there and 3-hour drive back almost. So not the best in the world.
And we all wore suits
Definitely
for
not the
some
worst.
reason.
Yeah, we also all wore suits.
Per the last podcast, we all wore suits to a cigar store.
Yeah. So we've been together since 10:30 a.m.
Yep. And it is now 8:18.
Yeah. So
In addition to having known each other for too long, we've been with each other for too long today.
yes.
It's a great combo. Yeah, it's a terrible combo.
Yeah, that's the opening.
I have to bring this up. I just have to. I feel like I need to share this with you guys.
Oh boy.
This was the first thing that I wrote because it was remember the other day I asked you about like foods that affect your piss?
Yeah.
So
You asked that last night, right?
yeah, I did. So the other day I did my delicious HelloFresh meal using code Krabby, and
Yeah.
that I got from your Twitch there, Nick. And the recipe called for half an onion in this meatloaf.
Okay.
And my
This is
knife.
the meatloaf sandwich ones.
No, I had the meatloaf sandwich. The meatloaf doesn't use onions in it.
Oh, okay.
In the meatloaf, the regular meatloaf uses onions in the meatloaf. So I sliced the onion, and the knife kind of did that thing where it just goes off to the side a little bit. So I wound up having one half that was not like bigger than a half, and one that was less than a half.
Okay.
So I said, I'm not making another cut. I'll just use the big part for half an onion. Whatever. Worst case scenario has too much onion.
Yeah.
So I make the meatloaf with way too much fucking onion. Way too much. And when I make them, I have one for lunch and I have one for dinner. So I probably had 3/4 of an onion just in my daily meal of the day.
Just like a white onion or red onion?
I
You not
forget.
know the
It was
difference?
one of them. I forget. Dude, every single trip to the pisser that I made, it smelled like straight.
I saw you prepping the mute button.
It smelled like straight raw onion. It was the worst. It was so fucking horrid.
That sounds terrible.
I have never experienced anything like that in my life. And literally, like the week before, I had like a ton of onion, just a ton of it. I always
I didn't
eat
know onion could do that to you.
Me neither, man. Maybe it was just that like HelloFresh onion from hell or something. Like, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with it, but it really like for like a day and a half, I was pissing straight onions. I was
That's
pissing
disgusting.
straight onion rings. It was really bad.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't end up at Outback with us and had bloomin' onion too. That would have killed you.
Yeah, I don't know if it would. Dude, it was just really rough. It was just really fucking terrible. It was just really bad. Bro, why the fuck are you wearing your hat like that?
Yeah, he's got his hat on top of his headphones.
Kevin has one of those,
The Peaky Blinders flat boy caps.
the Peaky Blinders branded flat cap on top of his headphones, shielding his bald head from the rays of the rafters.
Yeah. I saw in the idea board that's just drinking and driving from Wayne.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There's no other context.
Yeah. So on Friday, as we do, me and Katie went to the bar.
And you drank and drove.
No, we were sitting there, and I made the mistake of like making eye contact with a drunk guy.
Oh, boy.
And then he became my best friend for the night, naturally, as they do.
Yeah.
And this fucking guy is just going on and on and on about every little piece of his life. Just like, oh yeah, my wife. Oh, we got a kid on the way. I work for he said he worked for like Homeland Security or something.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, he drove a nice car, but we're getting to that part though. And he was just so fucking bombed. He was there by himself. He was just so fucking bombed, and he's ordering. He ordered shots for us. I had like
Damn.
and
What
Generous
bar
guy.
Or
Close
the one you go to?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's ordering us shots, and it's like he's just trying to be our best buddies and everything. It's like, okay, man, like the place is closing out. It's time to fucking go. And he was just so drunk. He kept getting worse and worse. And he's like coming over and talking to us, and he's got his beer going all over the place. And he spilled, like he was like standing over to, like I'm sitting in the chair and he's standing over top of me. He spills some in my lap, like fucking beer. Not like a lot, like just like a little speck, like the size of a quarter.
Dude, I would have lost my mind.
Just because it was a little bit, I would have lost my mind. But
I can't believe you didn't.
I did. I screamed at him. I literally, I screamed in his face. I put my hand on his chest. I screamed in his face. Yo, like loud as hell. You got to sit the fuck down. Like you have to get away from me. If this happens again, we're gonna have a problem.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. He was too drunk. He could he was too drunk to pick up on hostility. Oh yeah. Okay. And he sat down and he kept bullshitting with us. And then the place finally closes. And
did the bartender say anything when you barked or
no?
Okay.
I'm cool with the bartender there. She could tell he was a drunk, and she knows that I'm not.
Yeah.
Like everything's over and we're all heading out, and he is so fucking bombed. And earlier he had mentioned that he lived like not too far from where I live. I'm like, dude, I'll give you a fucking ride home. I really just don't want to see you get behind the wheel of a car.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
man, I would have set up a fucking lawn chair and watched that, dude.
Other than the fact that he was like annoying but kind, and he went out of his way to mention he has a wife and a little girl on the way that's coming any day. I'm like, dude, I'll just drive you home.
Why the fuck's he at a bar alone at night?
We did hassle him
Maybe
about
that's
that.
why.
We did hassle him about that. We gave him a hard time about
Who,
that.
you and Katie?
Yeah, we gave him a hard time.
What the fuck would he say? Like, what's the
He was like,
explanation for that?
you know,
Your wife is like about to give birth, and you're like, nah, fuck her. I'm gonna go to the
Yeah,
bar.
that's basically what he
Wasted.
said. He was like, hey, I sneak out sometimes. And we're like, so you lie to your wife? He goes, no, I could never lie to her. Are you gonna tell her about this? No. And he was just
Oh my
so
God.
fucking, he was not making any sense. But what I had my one moment of compassion for the year, and I said, buddy, I'll drive you home. He told me like the street he lived on. I'm really bad with street. If I know what street you live on, it means you live fucking really close to me.
Yeah.
And he did live really, really close to us. So
How many houses down?
it was a couple streets over, but in the neighborhood, really, really close. And
His street?
no, it's like
Oh my God.
the other side of the neighborhood, not out of the way at all from where the bar is to where I live, pretty close. And I'm like, I'll just say, I'm fucking good. I'm good. I'm fucking good. I'm like, man, you're really not. You're really not. And like I told Katie to go to the car, and I like he was like way shorter than me. I put my hand like on his collarbone. I'm like I really just don't want you to crash that nice car and lose, these nice things you have in your life, God forbid. Like I really tried to bring up the consequences of drinking and driving to this guy. And after like my fifth time telling him that he's not good, he was like, get your fucking hand off me. Get your fucking hand off me. And then the light turned off, and I was just like, okay, fuck this guy, whatever, go home.
So it didn't end right? It didn't end well?
No, well, then
tried.
it's not over yet. I get in the car, and Katie goes, you said he lives close? I'm like, yeah. Can you just follow him home? Okay. So I'm like it was really close. So I'm like, I'll just follow him home. Well, the fucking guy like sees that I'm following him.
Yeah.
And I know where he lives. I know the street he lives on. So I see him go the opposite way. I'm like, what the fuck? But he stays in the neighborhood. So and he's heading towards where I live. So I'm like, well, I'll still follow him.
Dude, you probably gave this guy terrors.
Well, he works for Homeland Security. He's probably like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, suppose
He's rooting around with his hand in the glove box trying to find the Glock.
No, but so I followed him, and I knew like where he was going, which way he would have to go, and I went down another street and then turned my headlights off just to see which way he was going.
You went full undercover cop on this guy.
Yeah, I stalked this guy in our neighborhood for like 15 minutes. But I followed him for like probably like 5 minutes total, and I just saw him got onto his street. I'm like, okay, he's good now. But he really he sped through the fucking neighborhood, like going and
So
he was,
you driving through your neighborhood, if you went down the street, could you pick out his car and know what house he is? Okay.
Boy.
It was a nice car. It was.
We got to see this guy sometime.
Let's get him on the podcast.
I doubt that he works for
Homeland
Security because he was too stupid. But
Sir, you are a drunk and you hate your wife. Would you like to talk about it on the podcast?
At a minimum, he leases a nice car. Bare minimum, he leases, or his mom has a nice car or something. He was older. He was older than us too. He was like 30 something. But he was just like an idiot. He was just so stupid. Like just so like, God. It was just like, what the fuck, man? Like why? Like what? And he lived closer to the bar than I do. We've walked home from there.
Yeah, we could walk there
Like
easy.
he could have done it easy. It wasn't even that cold or anything. I don't think. Like
Right.
I just don't get it. I don't know.
Does he live closer to Walt
Yeah.
on that side of the neighborhood? Okay,
That's pathetic.
that's amazing.
Yeah. That
I couldn't imagine. I mean, I guess he was drunk, but like, imagine somebody just being like, "Look, man, I just want you to be safe."
that's literally what I said.
And
I
after a while, stop fucking touching me. Don't
Get your
fucking,
fucking
don't
hands
fucking
off.
he was
off
literally
me.
like, I don't like the way you're touching me. Like I don't know. I literally just
You're making him sound feral.
because he was like slurring his words like that. He was like, oh, fucking like that's what every time he talked, that's what it sounded like. It just wasn't a good look on the guy.
That's funny.
I guess.
That's funny as shit.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I was like, I just tried to talk to him like a disappointed father. Like I don't know. I don't know if that struck a nerve with him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he just awoken like things that have been buried in him from his childhood.
That was my first of 2 good deeds for the week.
That's
and
outstanding.
Both of them involved
Did I
screaming
get
at my
the
neighbors.
first beginning of that?
No, you're
What was
good.
that?
Okay, I don't know if I muted it in time and it caught the first
You've
part
had
of it.
these buttons for like 5 episodes now, and it's still like boggling minds.
It's they're not in fixed places. It's hard to
Yeah,
like I keep
Sorry,
mine in the
my
same
bad.
spot. But
and sometimes burps just like come out of nowhere, like involuntary.
Okay.
but my other good deed was today. Literally, but right before we all went to the thing, I'm
Yeah.
standing out front.
Beat the shit out of that old guy at the
No,
Roy Rogers.
I'm talking. No, I'm talking. I'm like texting you, going, "Where the fuck is this guy?" And I see my neighbor come out of his house, turn his car, and go down like to the end of the road and pull a U and come back. And it just reeks like gas, and there's a trail of fluid coming from the car.
Oh my god.
Oof.
I put my hands out and I just scream, stop. And he was like, what? He just like pulls over and gets out. And he's like, what? I'm like, it's the car reeks like gas and there's a literal trail of fluid from where you went, turned around and came back. And he was like, oh fuck. Oh shit. I have to go to fucking work. Oh, it's running weird too. God damn it. I gotta go to work. He just gets back in the car and leaves. Like,
Are these
The
the
bad
people?
car?
huh?
The bad car? He got back in it and drove
Yeah,
away?
she got back in the same car.
I like that he just gets out just what?
Is this the guy that lives directly next to you?
No.
So
that would track. That would really track.
No, so the person who lives right next to you. I remember one time for some reason we were at your house
Mm-hmm.
and you were drunk and you're like, and I said like I wanted to get Wawa or something. You're like, oh, just take my car.
No, I told you to drive my car as I thought it was running funny.
Whatever it was. I just remember I got in your car and then like your neighbors were out in the front yard and like they didn't see me get in the car.
Yeah.
But they knew it was running. This guy comes up to the window and I roll the window down. He's like, hey Wayne, can you take a picture of my family? I was like, just looking at him. He's like, oh, okay. Just walked away.
No, that guy, he's a nice, great guy.
Yeah, he was
he's
nice.
a kook. He's an absolute kook.
He was nice, but it really threw him for a loop. When he just saw not Wayne
that
driving
was
his car.
so weird. The whole like he was just like after you drove away, he came over to me. I was
Yeah.
literally standing right next to him.
Yeah.
I was literally
Yeah, you were in the
like
front
you know
yard.
how like the sides of the yards
Yeah.
are. Like he was on the side closest to my house, and I was on the side closest to his house, and
Yeah.
he just walked past me to Nick.
Yeah.
But anyway, after
So
that,
after he left,
yeah, he
walked
comes
up
over to
you.
me and he goes, "Oh, we have family here from Taiwan, and we're trying to take a family picture." And
Aren't they both like Caucasian people?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know how they're related. I didn't ask any questions, but sure enough, they had family from Taiwan, and I took a family picture for them. It's just like really fucking weird.
It's such a weird like situation.
It was very strange.
Kevin, please. So on our drive
one?
on our drive home from this place we were at in Maryland, Kevin just goes, "Did I ever tell you guys about the black piss mud jug?" Like, what is it? You got it. Please explain. Please, Kevin.
Yeah, when I was working at the horse park that I used to work at, I was like, there's a big trailer. They drop off a trailer once every month, and it's filled with hay. And that leads me into another thing. When I was looking through the hay, I'll do this part first because it was the same day. I found a mummified deer corpse in one of the hay bales.
Very nice.
In a hay bale?
Yeah, because when it gets rolled up, is there must have been a deer sleeping in the hay when the machine rolled up the hay
Jesus
bale.
Christ.
So it just trapped it in there for however long, enough to where it like mummified it. Like it still had its skin on and everything like that, but it wasn't like it didn't
it wasn't
smell at
alive.
all. It wasn't. Yeah, it was obviously dead.
just like a
but it didn't,
carcass.
yeah, it was just a carcass, but it was so dry.
Ew.
That's kind of yucky.
Yeah,
That's majorly yucky.
yeah. But then the dude pulls up in the front half of the big rig, like the actual rig, pulls up, and as he opens up the door to his truck, a gallon like milk jug falls out, and it hits the ground and just blows up.
Oh no.
And it's just this dark brown black liquid.
Ew.
And he goes, "Oh fuck, that was my mud jug." And I went, "You spit that much into the thing? Like you don't empty it out?" And he goes, "Well, it's also my piss jug." And I said, "You're putting your mouth up to the same hole you put your dick up to?" And he goes, "Well, when you say it like that, it sounds weird."
That's not good.
Yeah.
Dude, the truck drivers are some of the most foul people, man.
Oh, yeah.
I worked in like in an industrial area for a while, and on more than one occasion, I would see truck drivers fling like water bottles, plastic bottles out the window as soon as they got off the highway.
Oh, yeah.
Just fling them out the window, and they were
Piss.
invariably filled with piss.
Oh,
I saw one was my favorite piss jug trick shot ever. Oh god! The guy flings it. He throws it out the passenger side. It hits a tree or a telephone pole or some shit. Bounces back into the street, and then some other car runs it over. And piss goes fucking everywhere.
Dude, legit question though. Like, if you were driving an 18-wheeler,
yeah.
how do you take your dick out and then piss into a bottle? Like, how? That's got to be like one of the most high stress pisses ever.
It would have
yeah.
to be like a gator, something I could stuff my dick into.
dude, like when you
But like, how are
throw
you
it,
undoing your pants while you're driving? Like, if you're wearing fucking jeans, like, how are you getting your dick out? To
You
piss
steer
into it?
with your knees.
Like, do you put the bottle like on top of your cock and then piss upwards into like?
I don't know.
like
How
make
do
an
you-
arc.
Yeah, I don't get it. How
You
do you
arc
do
it
it?
into the.
How do you do it? I couldn't imagine doing that while driving.
No.
Couldn't imagine it, especially when you got, like 100,000 pounds of shit on the back.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could do it.
Maybe like with one of those,
I-
maybe like a
let's-
Gatorade bottle where it has like the big
Yeah.
hole at the top,
Maybe,
but not like a gallon jug.
still, I couldn't imagine. Like, but dude, if you're driving an 18-wheeler,
You're pissing all over yourself.
and you're yeah. First off, you're definitely pissing all over yourself. But let's say you get you're fumbling, you're getting your pants off, and then you go like, whoops, like a little 10-degree turn of the wheel. Like that's a big fucking.
Maybe
deal.
he just
Yeah.
drapes ShamWows over his legs while he's driving.
That's fucking disgusting.
his piss is on his lap. There's not even a bottle.
And then he wrings out the piss towels into the jug.
Yeah, that way he can be more precise.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked.
No, that's like I was looking at because like getting a CDL and shit like that. Getting a CDL in Jersey, you have to take the test. You can't take like a test in one of like a company's truck.
Yeah.
You have to know somebody that has an 18-wheeler that you have to take their test in their truck.
That's weird.
So like people saying like, oh, like, yeah, like there's not that many people out there that like want to do that kind of job. Like, yeah, it's because nobody fucking knows anybody that drives a big rig and they're willing to let somebody that doesn't know how to drive
Yeah,
one
that's pretty-
drive their car.
Could you imagine like learning to drive for the first time in an 18-wheeler?
Most big rig drivers own the truck.
Yeah.
Right. You're right. But imagine like it's the first thing you learn how to drive.
Oh, you're fucked.
You get like
You're not fucked, dude. You're a god.
well, dude, I mean like, if you get into the giant vehicle, you have like a 20-speed manual transmission.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I'm saying. You drive a 20-speed manual. The 6-speed in the Honda Accord is like a fucking walk in the park, man. It's got to be.
I
Oh,
guess.
100% is.
That's what I'm like. I learned to drive like in my truck and going to anything smaller, like parking it, especially things like that.
The only thing
the
I-
new drivers struggle with, like it just seemed very easy.
Like
So
I can't parallel park anything.
I can parallel park
I hate
anything.
it. When me and Moy went to Gettysburg, I would drive around the entirety of Gettysburg waiting to find an end parking spot.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I'm like the most average parallel parker of all time.
Yeah. Granted, I had the red truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking awful.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just like learn to do it good in something big, and you can do it in anything else.
Yeah, I mean, for the
Also,
most
it doesn't
part.
help having the cap on. So like that back window, you really can't really see much.
Nah, you don't need the back window. Just use the mirrors.
You just got to feel the other car.
Yeah,
just
When you
reach
start,
out-
when you
reach out
start
and
hearing
touch it with your
plastic
trailer hitch.
crunching, that's when you
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Dude, in fucking Philadelphia,
That's when you find
man,
a different parking spot on the other side of the town.
You'll get parked in cities, dude. Like in Philly,
I don't go to cities.
You get parked in. Well, I had to for a time. It was disgusting.
Like if me and Moy go to Philly or something, I'll go to his house and we'll take the train in. But I'm not going to drive in.
Dude,
Philly.
taking the train into Philly
Or Uber.
when it's possible is just so much better.
Like I
Yeah.
can't imagine if we took a car to Clutch.
That would have been fucked up.
Yeah, like that
place
parking
was
lot
in a
is just
weird place.
non-existent.
Yeah, no, that was like what, like a 20-car parking lot for like a 400, 500 person venue.
Yeah, and you couldn't even park in the parking lot. It
Yeah,
was
no.
that's where they had like the and we'll segue from the parking lot into the front entrance is where we walk up to the doors and they have like the scanner things for metal detectors.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I have like 3 knives on me right now. And the dude, I get up to the thing and I had this hat.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you want me to take off everything?" He goes, "Yeah."
Kevin is belching.
that
I'm
was
burping.
obscenely, that was like a 3-second burp.
And I go, "Okay," and I take off my rings, take off my watch, take off. I was wearing a necklace or something, and I start taking like change out of my pockets, like quarters, pennies, like a bunch of change in my
Yeah.
pockets. And then I took out my wallet and then put all my knives underneath my wallet and put it in the hat.
Yeah.
And then took off my belt. And the guy's like just staring like at me, take everything out of my pockets. And he's like, "Man, dude, you don't have to take everything out of your pockets." Like he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, "Are you sure?" And he said, "Yeah, man, I don't care. Just walk through." And I went, "Okay." And then I walked through.
Yeah. That was pretty funny. It's like, why even have a security job? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just gonna let me walk through with
I'm
weapons.
just gonna fucking do nothing.
yeah, if you're not going to be consistent, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Dude, I went to a fucking hockey game like a while ago, and the security guy patted me down. I always get patted down
You do the
everywhere
back
I
of the
go.
hands thing where you just don't care.
No, he did a good ass solid pat down.
Really?
And he grabbed the fucking beer I had in my front hoodie pocket. He grabbed that shit, looked me in the eye, and just said, "Go ahead." Like, I don't know. Like, what else could that have like you know,
Nice cock, bro.
Like no one's dick is that sturdy. I don't know if he thought you grabbed my iron dick and just let me through. Like, I don't know, but it was just the fucking weirdest thing. Like, what the
You
fuck?
can go through.
It's when we were in the concert, like right before the concert, the dude's like, or I don't know who the lead singer of Clutch is.
Neil Fallon.
Yeah, that's it. He's like, I just want to, let everybody know that we're going to have a nice, safe night and everything like that. I'm seeing a couple of kids out here in the crowd. I just want to say your parents are cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And if anything happens to you guys, whoever hurts the kid, I'm going to take you out back myself and we're going to beat the shit out of you.
Yeah. And like, that's like not a show you take a kid to. Like, not it, the band before them. I think it was called Helmet or something.
Yeah, or the hillbilly from hell.
Yeah. So like the band before him, Helmet, that was like so fucking loud. Like, I don't even know what was happening. It was just loud, like punishingly loud.
Yeah, you couldn't hear anything.
And then before that was this weird guy with.
Here's how loud
okay.
it was. I brought earmuffs that were made for a gun range. And it was so loud that it blew out the speakers in the headphones.
Oh my god, we wore those?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It was so loud that it blew out the speaker in those.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was obscene. And then before that was this guy playing banjo alone. And he had like a projector on
An
both
electric
sides
banjo.
of him. Yeah, an electric banjo. And he had like projectors on both sides with weird imagery of cows multiplying.
And
Yeah, I
then
remember
turning into spiders.
You showed me that. You showed
Yeah,
me.
and
It's
like
very
the
disturbing.
music was just like satanic organ and then
Yeah.
banjo and a guy going, oh,
Yeah, it was basically just, like it was not music.
I know, like we walked in like midway through, I guess, his first song or something. And we're like, this is fucking weird. And then its song ends, the next one starts. It's the exact same shit. Me and Kevin look at each other and we're like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah, and Nick's like, I feel like this is like what they play while you're on like the boat to hell, like as you're on the voyage over to the afterlife.
Yeah.
And when I went downstairs to grab us pizza and shit, like snacks, Nick is up in the stand still.
Mm-hmm.
I walk down into I'm like standing at the counter where the kitchen is. Nice throat, you retard.
That was a bad one. That was pretty rough.
I get down to the kitchen and it's Jesus Christ.
Nice throw, you retard.
It's just so it's an open kitchen. People are working around. The banjo dude, is on a steel-based folding chair, sitting in the middle of the kitchen, just sitting there, just looking straight forward, not eating anything, not talking, just staring into the void. People are like working around him.
Yeah, and
like there's people in there
funny.
cooking and
Acknowledge
everything,
him.
and he's just walking. They're just walking around.
How did he get in? Was he just like, I'm famous, I'm sitting here?
He is not famous.
Yeah.
He is not famous.
I don't know.
His Spotify picture is him getting Thanos snapped.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He's like half dust in the picture. Like when he says Thanos snap, it looked like it was from that movie.
Yeah.
Like if you told me he was in the background and that was an enhanced image, I'd believe you.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I think so. So I don't know about. I mean, I do know about you guys. You don't own website domains.
As far as you're aware.
Yeah, you own any?
No.
I'd love to know.
I had a couple of wikis back in the day.
Yeah, fair. But so like I own a few website names. One of them is just my last name .info. So it's like, oh, might as well have it.
Yeah,
I
why?
don't know
What
why.
was it for you? For your tech company?
No. I could use it for a custom email if I wanted to.
Okay.
Or I can make a website on it.
Oh, like
There's uses for it.
you could be like nick@retard.com or whatever.
Yeah. If that's how you want to say it, then yeah, that could be. But that's not the one I'm interested in. Do I just like, no, I'm just going to say it. So one of our friends
God.
who's in Africa at the moment.
We've already talked about him. I mean, people know Needsy
Yeah, Needsy. He
in Djibouti.
He's interested in a certain type of adult
He's into
film.
hentai.
Yeah.
He's into hentai. And people that don't know what hentai is, it's anime. And if you don't know what anime is, it's Japanese animation, but porn.
Yeah.
Hentai is Japanese animation porn.
So he watches that. And for his birthday, one year, I bought the website needsy.net and just redirected it to his favorite website for that. And I have to renew it. It's coming up in a couple months.
How much does that cost? A couple
Dude,
bucks?
that one is like $5 a year. That's
Yeah.
like nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are expensive, but no, they're all pretty cheap. That one, and then I had, so my big master plan at one point was, do you guys remember Sean Kingston?
Yeah, I remember.
right.
I know
God,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. Yeah.
I know this one.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, for some reason I really just wanted to have a cease and desist from somebody famous, like a legal document of any variation. I just thought it'd be cool to have. So I was like, who's an actor or a musician or something that like everybody knows, but they're just way past their prime. Nobody cares about them, so they're not that popular anymore. It's like, I don't know why. I just thought Sean Kingston, that guy, he's going to be the victim. So I bought the website SeanKingstonDeath2022.com and just made like this fake news website about how he died. And it's so stupid. And I DM'd him on Instagram with the link. I said, yo, on God, this you for real? Skull emoji. And then I DM'd him on
The deadass
Twitter.
emoji.
And then I emailed him. And then I found out who he signed with and emailed them.
Jesus.
And nobody would give me a fucking cease and desist. All I wanted was to frame a letter to say, you have to take that down. That's all I wanted.
You have to buy Twitter Blue so that you're verified and then do it all again.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to buy Sean Kingston Death 2023 now. I got to go to the new year.
You can't just change it?
No, it's sad.
Really?
You should go after someone bigger.
I don't know. I know. It's got to be somebody that like. The worst part is too on Instagram. He read the DM. It said "seen." I have a read receipt from him on Instagram. He saw the fucking website.
Damn, you got left unread by Sean Kingston.
I know, but you know what? It's still a story
Who
to
can say
tell.
that in 2023? Who can say
That's a
that
good
Sean
point.
Kingston left them unread in the year 2023?
That's such a good point. I didn't think of that. But
I thought there was another thing that you said. I'm going to write that down in the idea board so we don't forget. You said it today.
yeah, bringing knives to a concert and the black piss mud jug. Those were that was it.
I could have swore there was a different one before the mud jug.
No, no, that would be it.
Just the mud jug. Just mud jug fever over here.
So what do you? This is completely change of direction.
Is it the peasant one?
Yeah. I was thinking the other day, like, if you could teleport back in time to like let's say like I don't know, like whenever like medieval time was, I'm not good at hitting that kind of stuff. If you could like give a peasant like a bag of Doritos, like what would their reaction be? Like how would their body handle it, and what other things would you like them to experience?
Probably it wouldn't go well. It probably would.
Dude, they probably see a plastic bag and think it's from hell. Like
probably. I mean, dude, like the fiery design on a bag of Doritos.
Yeah, really.
They think it is the devil.
You're a witch, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm very firmly under the impression that if somebody from like 500 plus years ago just like ate a bag of chips, like their insides.
Yeah, they would probably die.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be pretty. Like you know how like different
he'd be in really bad shape, and then because of the way it was back then, like we gotta drill a hole in his skull. He's got demons inside of him.
Yeah,
he would
demons
die.
in his blood. He's got to go.
He would be dead.
Yeah, no, you know how like just like different foods.
Well, like
can shock
what
your
kind
system?
of Dorito would you give him?
I mean, I'm thinking.
I'm thinking that, like I said, like the other night, it's a sweet chili.
Well, I mean,
Sweet
that'd
chili,
be the
dude.
most aggressive.
That would kill him.
Yeah, no, that's
Peasant,
end
like
game.
where is this? What part of the world?
Just
Say
somewhere.
England in the early 1600s.
That would kill a guy. They didn't have spices. For people who took over the
Yeah.
world for spices, they put no spice on their food.
Right.
Now, and certainly
Salt
not.
and
then.
I was gonna give
Yeah.
him at least a little intro into it. I was gonna say Cool Ranch to begin.
Fuck that.
No.
And then if
I wanna
the
see
Cool
what
Ranch
happens.
doesn't
I wanna
kill
see him
then you
suffer.
go up.
Yeah.
But what other things would you like give them to try? Like, okay, let's say like food.
A
like,
jalapeno pepper.
Yeah, like no man, one of those like
Ghost pepper?
Yeah,
Or
something that's
Carolina Reaper. Those are the super hot ones.
some shit that's like engineered in a lab that
Yeah.
like literally didn't exist back then.
Yeah.
I'd love to have one of those people on Hot Ones, you know, with Sean Evans. What's that guy's name?
Sean Evans.
Yeah, I'd love
Is
to
it
see
Sean
that.
Evans?
Yeah,
I
Sean
think so.
Evans.
Okay.
Welcome to Hot Ones.
Are we gonna do a Hot Ones podcast?
That would be kind of fun.
That would be so bad. That would have to be video.
Yeah, I would try that.
Hot
That'd be
Ones
fun.
challenge. Kevin over here. Oh, we got any more wings? Licking his fingers. Meanwhile, I'm actually passing away.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
the second hot sauce, and it's
Yeah.
only on Cholula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be pretty fucking bad. Be pretty rough.
If you could be, I didn't put this in the idea board. I just thought of it right now. Is
Oh,
if
cool.
you could go back to any moment in time and just be a fly on the wall, what would it be? Like nothing could hurt you, and you could be there for as long as you want. What would you see? What would you do?
Oh,
JFK
man.
assassination. I want to know what really happened.
That'd be a good one.
I was thinking Amelia Earnhardt or Earnhardt, whatever the fuck her name is.
I
With
feel like
the
that would be a
pilot,
boring one.
the pilot bitch that went down like the Bermuda Triangle to
I
see
feel
what
like
actually
that
happened.
would be a boring one. That she crashed her plane in the ocean. That's
Nobody knows what happened.
She flew her plane over the ocean and didn't show up on the other side. She crashed in the ocean.
But people now today still haven't been able to find the wreck.
Because it's the ocean. It's a big ocean.
Yeah, but people can. How they found the Titanic?
That's a fucking giant ass boat, and they knew where
Okay.
it was and where it was
Okay,
going.
they still find like Japanese fighter pilots or and shit like that in the bottom of the ocean.
I guess, man.
It's the ocean. I think I think that is.
You don't think she just landed and then kind of fucked off somewhere else?
No,
And-
that's an
Yeah,
over.
she turned into a mermaid, and now you know.
No, I mean like landed like
Oh,
somewhere
you
else.
mean,
and
like,
then
successfully landed
and then
and
just
just, like,
decided to say
disappeared.
fuck off. Is like maybe they'll.
I think both options are like lame. It's the whole thing's an overrated mystery. She landed and fucked off and never received any fame, died to nobody, or she died in the ocean while she was flying and was never found.
Wow.
I think it's a highly overrated mystery. Highly overrated.
I can't disagree because I don't really know much about it, but
I think that's the difference between you and me. I know nothing about it. I just like to argue.
yeah, that's true. I can't argue with that.
Maybe,
No,
maybe at the or be like a fly in the cockpit of one of the B-17s that dropped the fat man on Hiroshima,
Why?
or the B-29s or whatever the hell they're called.
Why is that what you want to see?
If
to
anything,
be
I'd
interesting
rather
to
be in the office
gosh.
with like Harry Truman when he made the decision. I feel like that would be kind of neat. I mean, that's not. I don't know what I would, if anything. I
Or
don't
some
really know.
medieval battle.
Maybe. I really don't know.
I'm still sticking with the JFK assassination, man.
I
There's
mean,
so
that'd be
much
cool,
fucking
yeah.
shit surrounding that one.
Oh,
So many different theories.
That's a good
and shit.
one. I don't know.
That's what like the
But
fucking.
you'd be
guy-
the only person that would know.
I don't care. It's good enough for me.
Fair
I
enough.
Write a fucking book about it.
I know, you'll say-
classify it as fiction, then get whacked by the CIA. Go down to history.
yeah.
Be another journalist who gets whacked by the CIA.
I don't know. Maybe like. I don't know. There's so many things I'd really have to think about it. I'll try to think about it while we continue to talk. I'll keep it in the back of my mind.
Keep it in the back of your mind, like JFK.
Yeah, I don't want to
Be in a cockpit on 9/11. A lot of cockpits.
I don't want to be there.
We know what happened on 9/11.
Or be like just some dude like in a building or in one of the buildings looking outside being like just looking at the
Just
plane coming directly and be
watching
like
it happen.
he's gonna turn.
like that fucking SpongeBob meme. Oh, that's a plane. That's a plane heading for my office job. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. I'd like to know what fucking happened with the Pentagon's cameras. How like all
Yeah.
of them magically didn't work. I'd
Yeah.
love to know that.
That's pretty.
You ever
okay.
seen that meme where it's like the dude in the cockpit or whatever?
Oh,
This is quickly turning into a 9/11 conspiracy podcast.
I know. I don't want to get canceled. Like
No, we
Norm
were talking about
Macdonald
conspiracy
guys.
theories on the first episode.
Yeah, yeah.
And I sent Nick a meme the other
Conspiracy
day.
theories. You just called 9/11 a conspiracy theory.
No, I'm saying that Wayne said the
Well,
word conspiracy
there's,
theory.
you know, there's conspiracy theories surrounding it.
yeah.
9/11 did happen. 100% did happen. We're not conspiracy theorists.
Okay.
I saw a funny meme that was the glowing orb or whatever in Kramer's room in
Yeah,
Seinfeld.
yeah.
And it just said, "What's going on in there?" And Kramer just turns around and goes, "We're shooting down UFOs and not answering any questions."
Do you guys think aliens are real?
Yes, 100%.
Do you think they've been here?
Yes, 100%.
Do you think any of the
I think
photos...
they lock their fucking doors when they go by Earth.
Roll them up, kids.
Do you think any of the photos and stuff of alleged UFOs
No.
and stuff are real?
Oh, photos and stuff, yeah. But like pictures of people and like, look at this alien, dude. Like, I don't think any of those are real.
I think that the photos of shit are real, but they're like experimental aircraft. Like they're shit the government doesn't want us to know about.
I mean,
Yeah.
like pictures of like the actual like alien itself, where it's like an
Oh, yeah,
alien
they-
like halfway behind a tree, and all you see is like the half of its face
no,
peeking
that's
out.
bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
all
all that
bullshit.
shit's garbage.
Dude, it had to be the roughest shit on the planet.
I mean, the NASA
to be an alien and land on this planet, especially in this country, man. You land in the wrong part of this country. Doesn't even like it could be north or south. You land in the wrong part of this country, you're gonna get shot on sight. Man, what is that? What the fuck is that blue motherfucker?
Damn, look at the size of his head.
Blam! He'll look real good up on my wall. That'd be the first and last alien. It's just in some guy's hunting cabin.
Yeah,
Be really fucking unfortunate.
Police comes by. So what happened here? He
Suicide.
tried to shank me.
it
I
was
had
a
to defend
suicide.
myself. This was to stand my ground kind
he
of
shot
thing,
himself
sir.
36 times.
Yeah, he killed
It's like
himself.
that skit from Loiter
Yeah, Loiter
Squad.
Squad.
They've
Yeah.
ET
What is
on
your
an
name?
Operating team.
Edwin Tucker.
All right, we got a wise guy here. Man,
Start speaking some fucking English. I'm speaking perfect English.
Could you imagine if ET's name was just actually
Edwin
Tucker?
That'd be a rough one.
Dude, E.T. like that. I was watching movie clips from that the other day. Like that.
This is the
that
second time
kid-
we've talked about ET on the podcast.
Is that kid,
Yes.
dude? Like, you see the fucking alien for the first time, dude. If I saw that thing in my shed, I'd grab a fucking hammer and switch it over to the hook side and go dead down on the fucking thing, dude. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, look, there's something in my shed that looks like a walking ball sack. Like, I would grab the nearest claw hammer and just go to town.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think when you're a kid, like you have like a kind of a gist of what's
If I was a kid and I saw a walking ball sack in my
man.
shed,
You don't know. You just don't know everything. You're like,
Yeah, see, normally walking ball sack when
No,
you're young,
man.
you're only used to seeing your stepdad.
you would have you would have a feeling that it's not right, but like as a kid, you're just like, I'm not sure. Like, what in the fuck? Like, I don't think you.
Oh,
you
it's
honestly
a
think-
funny looking cat.
How old is the thing? Like, at 10 years old, you think you would beat it to death with a hammer?
yeah.
I think
Instantly.
he would consider it.
I would lure it. You know how he lures them out with the peanut M&Ms? I would lure it out with the peanut M&Ms, and as soon as it came out, just gah gah.
You wouldn't put a box over it and like study it first, or be like, Dad, can you take a look at
I'm
this?
10 years
weird
old.
cat?"
What am I going to study?
I'm not saying write a fucking thesis on it, but like
What study you mean at 10 years old?
examine
Observe it.
Yeah, I'll
look at
examine it after it's not alive anymore.
it. It's not literally.
It can't hurt me after that.
Okay, whatever you say.
Do you think aliens are humanoid, like in shape? I mean, obviously we don't know. but,
why
like,
not?
Yeah.
I feel like they could be.
I think they probably are.
That's like a thing. That's like a.
Do you think they're like the classic like skinny body, big head?
I don't know. I mean, I think
big
that's
eyeballs.
purely just to scare people, and it was like made in the 50s or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
still just around because it's it was part of pop culture.
That'd be an interesting thing about like evolution to see
Yeah.
if all life in the universe trends toward this design that we have.
Right. Like for all we know, it could look like a fucking rock.
Yeah.
that could be an alien.
How everything on the planet looks is like a product of the atmosphere that we have, like just the specific balance, like the nitrogen and the oxygen and the atmosphere. Like when there was more oxygen, bugs were 10 feet tall and shit like that.
Right.
So if there was somewhere that just had more oxygen, stands to reason that the bugs
could
on
be
that
giant.
planet would
What
be 10
does your
feet tall.
ideal alien look like?
My ideal alien.
6 foot
Big,
2,
voluptuous
Yeah.
breast.
huge. Yeah, it's got 3 tits.
Good movie. Good reference.
What was the
Futurama.
reference?
Paul.
Oh, never mind.
Paul.
We got
I
both
don't know.
got that
I don't think
wrong.
I saw that one.
It's they're like doing a road trip cross country with the alien.
That's like a mid 2000s movie. I didn't.
It came
see
out like 2010,
Dude, I don't know.
if not later.
What's that animated movie with like it's like fucking aliens. There's like one's like a giant woman, one's just a blue blob. You know what I'm talking about?
the Monsters versus
Monsters, Inc.
Aliens.
No,
yeah,
Monsters versus
Monsters
Aliens.
versus Aliens, yeah.
I like to imagine the perfect alien is just the blue blob, which is not even an alien in that.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah, but I imagine he's a good alien. Just a single-eyed like Jello thing.
Oh man, this is like some SCP shit. This would be the SCP podcast.
2011.
2011.
Yeah.
Damn. That was like a. I know I didn't see it, but I remember like seeing the marketing for it and
Okay.
shit when I was in middle school. Or
So
whatever.
Kevin, what's your ideal alien look like? Ideal. I mean, we're making it sound like it's like for a
Like you're gonna
partner.
fuck it.
Yeah,
I'd say probably like Paul.
like
like
that
a
one.
weird
Yeah.
little gray guy.
Yeah, like the standard alien, just shorter.
Looks like Destroy All Humans guy. Kinda.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crypto.
Yeah,
Right? That's his name.
Yeah, crypto.
Cryptocurrency scammer.
Cryptocurrency. Yeah.
You know what's a very interesting like sci-fi alien concept that I heard of recently? So whenever like aliens are portrayed in popular media currently, they're always bigger and stronger or smarter, technologically advanced and things like that. I found a series of stories online. It's called like Death Worlders or some shit like that. I read a bunch of them, not all of them. I read a fuck ton of them. And the principle is like turn on its head. It's like aliens avoid us because we are bigger and we are stronger and we are tougher.
Right.
And their most advanced weapons can't pierce our skin. No one thinks about that. Like,
I guess it could be a possible. The only thing I think you can't really argue. I mean, it's like they're definitely smarter than us.
oh, if they come
If
here,
they
yeah,
can come
yeah.
here, they're smarter.
But they might not be tougher.
right, that's possible. They could be super fragile.
Yeah, yeah.
This looks like a racially charged picture of an alien.
Yeah. What
I'm not going to
is
describe that lest I be canceled.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's way worse.
Kevin just looking up Kevin just looking up the most fucked pictures of aliens.
Dude.
The alien
He
cast.
just bust.
Oh, that's
This Men in Black.
That's the little guy from Men in Black.
Dude, that looks like when Squidward's head gets deflated. I
That's
don't
a
even
pretty
remember
rough
what
one.
episode that was for SpongeBob, but
All right, Kevin. I'm changing gears. You said
we're shifting.
what if the men went to Paris or some shit like that?
Yeah, like what if like either our friend group either went to Paris or just Europe in general? Like how hectic that would be.
Right, like first, like
As a trip.
Think physically, we would be so out of place
oh yeah,
because we're
none of us know how to speak another language except for Moy knows Spanish and some of you guys know broken like a little bit of Spanish and that's it.
Yeah.
right. I'm talking about like people always say like Americans like we're the big tall people. Mm-hmm. Like imagine, I mean, I don't know
Trucks and burgers and we're tall.
Yeah.
all that stuff, but like how monstrous of like people would we be compared to the average person in like France?
Oh yeah. Probably pretty big.
And we're like like they're all like skinny
Yeah.
or mostly.
Yeah, because cigarettes are an appetite suppressant.
Yeah, can't always forget about that. It's a good appetizer,
Yeah,
entree. Have a Camel for breakfast,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe a Marlboro for dinner.
Hell yeah, brother.
Newport, as your imported dessert.
No, that's instead of brushing your teeth, you smoke a Newport. That mintiness.
Oh yeah.
awful.
Damn, I could really go for a menthol cigarette right about now.
Yeah, but like everything else, like you want to go to the bathroom, public bathrooms don't exist.
Dude, I would be a
What?
certified street shitter.
That's like pretty much a thing. public restrooms either don't exist or you have
Like at
to
restaurants?
pay. You have to pay for most restaurants or for most toilets, even if they're in restaurants in Europe.
Kevin wouldn't make it. Kevin just said, "I'm officially
Isn't it
dropping
like
out."
McDonald's and shit over there?
Yeah, but you have to pay for the restrooms.
That's amazing. I can't just say like, give me a cup of water.
I don't know. I don't know that. I've never been there. I only know what my grandparents tell me, and they've been there a lot.
Yeah,
To Paris?
Yeah, they've been all over.
Did they leave there after?
No.
after angry mustache man.
Angry mustache man. Yeah. They moved to Philadelphia from Germany.
Or did they come over on
The Mayflower.
The Mayflower.
Yeah, little known fact. They're the ones who befriended the Indians. Native
Damn.
Americans.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That makes your grandparents very bad people.
No, yeah.
Dude, I thought about
No,
this the other day.
they started Thanksgiving. They weren't those people.
Okay.
So
They
you
were
know,
under the,
people say like
Jackson
like
regime.
Lewis and Clark or whatever, the first people to come to America. Sorry. Let me reiterate: the first people to like explore America.
They explored the Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah.
Who were the people that came and did the?
Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, Christopher Columbus. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is okay.
Listen.
No. I gotta interrupt one. I'm not gonna interrupt you again after this. Earlier, we were having a heated discussion, and I tried to get out the point that most people can't point to the fucking states on the map of this country that live in this country.
Wayne didn't know where Ukraine was.
You don't know where the history, like most people just don't know this basic history stuff.
Yeah, Christopher Columbus, how he like met the Indians, and then he had to go to somebody, and he's the first person that explored America, like, and he had to buy a map from somebody. Okay, who'd he buy that map from, and wouldn't they have been the first people to explore the country?
Is this alternate?
You got a
history?
map?
What? I'm not aware of this.
I think he was trying to find India. That's why.
Yeah, that's what he was trying.
Like Native Americans are colloquialized as.
And then they ended up on the other side of the Atlantic.
He came over to the U.S. and he comes across a Native American and goes, "Hello, darling. Say, you don't know where the Taj Mahal is, would you?"
Well, no, that's like.
I think the wrong Indian. There's Native American, and then there's Indians.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's why people refer to Native Americans
Cocks
as
a
Indians.
black powder pistol.
That's why people refer to them that way, because he was a fuck up, and he comes here. He goes, "Welp."
India looks a lot different.
Yeah,
than
he goes
thought.
either I'm a fuck up or India's quite different. I refuse to believe I'm a fuck up. So these are Indians.
Yeah.
That's literally the thought process. That's literally it. And I think Christopher Columbus, wasn't he Italian?
Yeah.
So I don't know why you have that hello governor.
Yeah. He wasn't from the UK. That's
He would have said, you know, Mamma Mia, where's the tire? You know,
Mamma mia, where is the Taj Mahal?
Man, I love. We should just make up alternate history and just debate it.
I want to see Kevin do drunk history.
Yeah, one of these episodes, you guys just gotta like give me like the research paper for the week before, and I'll just research one part of history, and then right before the podcast, I'll drink like a 12 case of High Life.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna give you a rough roadmap of some long period in history, and I want to see you just fill in the blanks.
Now, how about this? Okay, I think this is a good idea.
Okay.
We do this as like a every other episode segment. We just take like a Wikipedia page for like something that happened in history.
Yeah.
And then just like take out every other sentence and make him fill in the blanks with whatever he wants.
Fuck, I would do that.
It would make history so much more fun.
Oh my
If you
god.
got to use your imagination.
Yeah, just
You can
fill
use
in the
my
blanks.
imagination.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm so on board with that.
Can we get it? Can we do it?
redacted Wikipedia history?
We should do that, but all take turns doing it and get a fucking like a tally mark going and see who can get the most things right.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I like this.
I would do that.
This is a great idea.
We are changing the trajectory of this podcast very drastically.
Yeah. We're not talking about anything else, just that.
Yeah.
All right, boom, it's on the board for next week, fellas.
This podcast, the podcast where we just brainstorm and record it.
Yeah.
We think about what we're gonna do next and just upload it.
Yeah, it's foolproof.
Yeah.
Yeah, because next week we'll have our boy Walter on, and the week after that we'll have our boy Sean on.
We'll have our proud sponsor of the Uncut Takes podcast on.
Yeah, that'll be
Oh
fun.
yeah.
It'll be good. More people, more ideas, more questions. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk to Sean about as far as like being a comedian goes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I got a couple questions down for him. That'll be a good one.
What's the one band that everybody loves but you fucking hate?
Queen.
Yeah, Nick is
That's
a
an
big
uncut
Queen
take.
hater.
It is.
That is your uncut take for
It
the
is
day.
an uncut take, and I don't really know how to elaborate on it. I just don't like them. And then
Everybody already knows I hate the Beatles.
Yeah.
But not everybody likes the Beatles.
I think most people do.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
So-
I think that I agree with you about Queen. Kinda. I like Queen, but I don't like. I'm
You
not.
wouldn't suck them off.
I'm not as in love with their big popular hits. Like they have a few like they
Radio.
have-
You're not a big Radio Gaga guy.
but no, but
That
that's what I'm
song
saying.
makes me want to end my life.
Everyone knows them for Radio Gaga. They had some real hard rocking stuff like before they like really blew up and before they really went crazy. They had
Yeah.
some hard rocking stuff. I like some of that shit, that hard guitar shit.
Not a big Bohemian Rhapsody guy.
It's a good song. But
There's a couple songs I don't hate. There's Tie Your Mother Down.
like
that
the
sounds
stuff, it
Excuse
rocks
me?
harder.
That sounds
It's
awful.
harder.
And it's a bad song name, but it's a good song. Fat Bottom Girls isn't bad, but that's about it for me.
Yeah.
I think that's the only 3 songs I know by them. Fat Bottom Girls,
We Will
Radio
Rock
Gaga, and oh yeah, We
Are
Will
the
Rock You.
Champions.
Yeah.
Don't Stop Me Now.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, they have a lot of popular songs, but
There's only 3 I, can
don't
think
like
off the
them.
top of my head. Let me reiterate.
I just don't like the band. Do you have
The Beatles.
anything other than the Beatles, or why do you not like them? Please tell me.
Their fucking voices just sound so whiny and bitchy.
Okay, I know what your issue is with it.
That's it. That's my only reason.
All right, that's because apparently, hit the microphone. You didn't listen to like the last 4 albums they made. The first 3, that's a legitimate argument, I think. Their music evolved so much from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, I'm also just not a big fan of like British singers.
They don't sound British at all.
There are very few vocalists that have a
Again,
distinctly
maybe
British
the earlier
sound.
ones, but yeah, no. Later Beatles albums are really good, and they don't sound like that. Like they.
Well, I think
matured
that's
a lot, and the
most
songwriting
British
got a lot
people
different.
in general. As soon as they start singing, for some reason, the
they
accent
just
is
don't sound
immediately
like it.
transatlantic. It's boom. They sound like an American.
No, yeah, I agree. How about you, Wayne? Do you have anything you want to?
Not really. I have what I like, and I have things I don't like. I don't know. I do. There's nothing.
You big Billie Eilish guy?
Billie Eyelash. I think most modern music is shit, so it's not like a crazy steaming hot take for me to say I don't like Billie Eilish.
Yeah, I know.
I think I said
boy.
this.
Oh, boy.
I said it
Big
once. I'll
inhale.
say it again. That music is for like fake mean bitches. It's for
Fake mean bitches.
It's for bitches who say, "I'm so tough, boy. You don't mess around with me. I'll ruin your life." Ba da 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 da. But they're too afraid to ask for more ketchup at the fucking restaurant.
Yeah.
They're too afraid to ask. To say,
see what you're saying.
Too afraid to say, "Excuse me, you messed up my order." I think it's for people like that. I think it's for people who want to think that they're hot shit, but they're just really not.
I think that is valid. What are you looking at, Kevin?
I'm just thinking about that worthless fucking piece of shit at the goddamn cigar shop today. That made us pay for drinks that we didn't fucking order.
Yeah, we go there to this place and we're like,
We ordered High Life, which is in America. If you order High Life, that means I'll take a Miller High Life,
Yeah.
the beer. And she brought us back
3 glasses.
3 glasses of scotch, and that was like 3 to 4 fingers of scotch.
It was a lot.
She said make it a double. I thought you meant
I thought
give
she
me 2
meant
beers.
2 Yeah, exactly.
She's like,
what
oh, it's
I
happy
thought.
hour. You want me to make it double? I said that. I probably literally said, fuck yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah.
And she brings us over the whiskey, and I go, I ordered like a Miller High Life beer, and she goes, oh, I thought you said High Life. Like I thought you meant like the scotch. And I said, no, I meant like the beer. And then you said, yeah, I also ordered the beer.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you said.
I said I also ordered beer.
Yeah, also
but I'll
ordered beer.
fucking take this.
Yeah, but
I
Wayne
said-
will take it.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay, well, like, do you want like beer instead? And we said, yeah, sure. And we ordered Corona.
Yo, why did
And-
she? Wait, I have a problem. Why does she list off every whack ass like left field beer before saying the normal domestic shit?
I don't know.
She went
What do you mean? They only had cervezas there. That's all.
incorrect. I was literally drinking a Blue Moon.
Oh,
They-
besides
they had-
Blue Moon.
She literally listed off like 12 fucking whack ass beers, and then
Because that's probably what people drink there more.
Man, start with the domestics. Look at me, man. Look at
Start with the domestics plural. There was one domestic beer. They're all domesticated.
Start with the
though.
normal shit. Start with the normal shit. She said some.
You say it like Corona isn't normal beer.
It's Mexican. It's not. It's by
But it's
definition
sold
not
here.
domestic. Everything that we buy is sold here. It's made here.
like it's a massively produced beer that's sold in America. That's what I mean by domesticated.
To get us back on track, so like
Anyway, she said, "Oh yeah, I thought you ordered a High Life Scotch," and then Opie Dickhead, the fucking guy that worked there, wouldn't leave us the fuck alone, and he comes over and he goes, "So, what's the problem with the drinks, guys?" And we said, "Nothing," and he said, "Well, I already poured the Scotch. Like, I can't. You got to buy it now. Like, I can discount it for you."
and it wasn't
he brought
even
over
called.
he brought over the bottle and held it, and he goes, "This is what you guys are drinking, High West." And we said, "Okay." We ordered High Life.
Yeah, it's not
High
even the
Life.
same word.
Not even the same name. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, "This is a rye," and he just
starts going.
He just keeps talking about the fucking whiskey. He just goes over the fact that we told him we didn't order that.
Just mad verbal diarrhea shit we don't care about.
Right. And he was basically telling us how to drink. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
look.
I
am an adult, believe it or
yeah.
not. Like,
Yeah. I've been drinking, buddy, for a little bit now, and I think I know how to do it. Press it to your lips and swallow. That's what she said. But, dude, the guy wouldn't leave us the fuck alone.
yeah, it was rough. But
Dude,
it was
the
a
fucking
nice
guy
place.
tried to sell me a $34 cigar.
Yeah, get the fuck
Do you
out of
think I
here.
was retarded? What the
Well, it's because we went there in suits and told him we were going to a wedding. He's probably like, "Oh, these guys probably don't smoke a lot. We'll probably take advantage of it." That's what it was.
I
He,
guess.
he tried, when he was first asking us, like, what do you guys smoke? And light, medium, strong. And then he's showing me something else. I said, "I smoke a lot, and I know my cigars, thanks, though." And then still 3 or 4 times came up to me and tried explaining what this cigar is. Like, "Oh, man, this is an Ashton VSG. This is a nice full body." No, the fuck it isn't. You can't say that.
I dropped it 5 times.
You
on
idiot. Oh, did you? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
You, like, that cigar is medium body at most, but the guy had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. He 100% saw 3 dudes in suits and went, these guys have money and they're going to spend it.
Right.
And he's wrong about both.
Dude, it was so funny too. Wayne's got all these cigars. He's like, this guy probably is totally like, "I sold them," and then Wayne goes, "Can you give me a 1 cent charge so make sure my card doesn't decline?" He was probably like, "Are you fucking kidding me right
and
now?"
then he looks at me and he goes, "Do you have the same problem?"
Yeah, Wayne's chip on his card wasn't working, but he
just-
made it sound like he didn't have money.
Well,
to this
like,
guy
it was
to show us
declining. It was
everything.
declining. It wasn't declining because I'm broke. It was declining because the cards fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah, but that was so funny. Like, that guy probably had his heart sink.
Yeah.
Like when you said that.
I was gonna have my heart sing. I was about to ask me, can you spot me for $100 real quick?
Oh, never mind.
That was
What?
a rough one.
No.
I guess that's
You were pretty cut
pretty
off.
at the end of the rope here, I guess.
Yeah. So
So thank you guys for tuning in to this lovely
Are we
episode
ending it
of
right?
the-
First we got to talk about our sponsor.
What?
We got to say their sponsor first, right? We do the sponsor before the closing.
Oh yeah, this
killing me.
episode of Uncut Takes podcast has been brought to you by the Way
to Work
podcast based out of Los Angeles.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's it.
We're sponsored by the Way to Work podcast with Sean
Hey, I
Kelly.
said it. Shut up. Let me have it. Now you go.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow. Be sure to whatever, all that good stuff on social media. Uncut Takes Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Uncut Takes Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Overcast, and Google Podcasts. Thank you for listening and stay uncut.
Woo.